And we're back again. And I'm with Joe Vitale from Entity 7 Paranormal.
Yep.
So we'll just do the rundown like we do with everybody. Just kind of tell me about you and what your journey to the paranormal has been so far.
It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. It has taken some amazing twists and turns, that's for sure. For me, as of late, maybe because I'm turning into an old man, I'll blame my daughter for turning me into a grandpa. But if more so now for me, it's about getting together with a bunch of other investigators and just working together. I don't know. It's just at one point the journey was prove it. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. So now it's getting
proof
together.
Is still elusive. It's so elusive.
Right.
Yeah.
So now for me, it's of course I still want to try to prove it, but
right.
Now it's getting together with others and doing incredible things. Here recently, we have an opportunity. Can't get into too much details.
Don't want to give too much away, tip the hand too much.
Yep. We're going to work on a project that really looks at things differently with the paranormal.
Awesome.
I'll kind of say I've always liked the psychological aspect of the paranormal.
Yeah.
And I think we really need to tap more into that.
I agree. I think that's like a part that sometimes gets left out of a lot of things because I think a lot of, and we kind of talked about this and hit on this with other interviews where things get a little bit too focused on like demonic things and like that side of like the intensity and the entertainment side of things where we don't really go back into the parapsychology or the psychology of these things.
One of the things that I find interesting is I go into a lot of places and I'll have experiences or I won't have any at all. And other people who come in, before or after me investigating, kind of had the same thing going on. But there's like the one person, for whatever reason, has that extreme experience. And it's why? What's going on?
What's with them? Yeah.
Right. And I want to tap into that.
Yeah. Of like, why does it pick them?
Right.
Basically.
And we have our theories, which I won't get into just
right, because that'll be for later. That'll be for later on when someone tip the hand too much. So what's your favorite location you've been to so far?
So I love the Conjuring House. It has been phenomenal. That Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. Let's see the other one, Hales Bar Dam. That place. Matt and Levy, they could back me on this. It's pretty active.
Pretty intense and pretty crazy.
That was the first place. The first time I seen a doppelganger was at that place. And at that point in time, I've been doing it like 24, 25 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Never come across it, always heard about it. And then I see it. And we didn't even realize it happened at the time.
Right.
We were just caught by surprise. So that was really neat. And then about a year and a half later, something like that, it happened again. But this one was not fun.
Not of a fun experience.
Not fun. I wasn't afraid, but I knew.
But it was one of those where it's like you knew at the time. You're like, okay, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, I knew that I was a target.
Yes. So we're at about the 10-minute-ish mark. So does anyone have any questions for Joe?
What are you looking forward to investigating tonight?
Honestly, it's with the people, with everybody who's come. That's what I'm looking forward to. And I want to investigate with some of the other people. I want to investigate with Cassie and want to investigate with Hollywood and like. It's like
you're like I just want more.
It's like there's not enough time, and Cassie, Weeping Willow, you're doing awesome.
We talked about Jamie Lee and I talked about kind of like an idea of like maybe like as a spin-off like PEX side thing where we do a con just for you guys, just for talent, where it's a kind of like a just for you guys to work together. Like not open to the public, but just you guys to do things like workshops. You guys can just get together and investigate and just like have at.
That would
And
be
it was
awesome.
like, I think that would be a fun experience.
It would be.
I think I saw a question back there.
No.
I saw.
What's your favorite paranormal team you investigated with so far?
Oh, come on.
Really?
Definitely not Devil's Hours production. No. I got to investigate with War Party, and that was awesome. We actually worked together instead of me just taking away. I'm like, no, we're working together.
Yeah.
And it did well.
Yeah, I heard you guys had a pretty fun investigation.
Yeah, I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
It was a little slow at first, but it got going a little bit.
Once it ramps up, it ramps up.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions? Have any questions, observations?
Come on.
Really, not everybody at one time. My goodness.
Really? Come on, I know I'm not new reality, okay?
I can think of a question.
When are you coming to Miami?
Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Okay, cool.
When you come
We'll be
to
waiting.
Australia.
I would love to.
You can all
Maybe.
come.
Maybe after the release of the Airful Hunt.
Get some money saved, boys.
Yeah.
Pay for your airfare.
I mean, we have been talking about going.
Watch out for spiders.
Yeah. Australia and their spiders. I don't know.
Janine?
Not really.
So somebody as old as you have been investigating as long as you, what is the best advice you have for a new investigator?
Oh, I love that question, actually. What you see on TV or on YouTube or anything like that, it's not what it's like. Don't have high expectations. Don't think that you're going to go to a place and all these wild and crazy things are going to happen. It's keep your expectations low, and you won't be disappointed.
Kind of like dating.
Well, and building off of what Joe said, like I think people go into paranormal investigating because they've seen shows on either TV or they've seen shows on YouTube where these fantastical things are happening, like microwaves are flying across the room at somebody or tables are completely flipping over, and that almost never happens.
Right.
How many times have you seen something like that intense happen, Joe? As long as you've been investigating.
Maybe a handful of times at best.
Yeah, it's such a minuscule percentage of like the investigations you will have happen that it's just. But I think people, it's seen so much that they think it happens like every second, and they get easily discouraged. So I would say don't get discouraged.
I understand too that it gets sometimes it just seems easy and a shorter path to manufacture activity. Don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Please don't. And here's why. And the guys from New Reality, they touched on this. It makes it harder for me and others, and Cassie. We know people like, the craziness and it gets all the attention and we kind of just get buried. But just keep it real. I always tell people, because I've been told this, scientists, it's not that they don't take the paranormal seriously. They don't take us seriously. And you look at everything that you see out there, I mean, a lot of it is silly. It really and truly is silly. So why would scientists want to investigate with us or take us as something, like a legitimate source? So
You kind of have that tinfoil hat, unfortunate reputation a little bit still.
I'm a skeptic. I believe, but there's a lot of things that happen that are natural, like battery drain and things like that. That can happen naturally. There are things in the environment that can cause that. Even heat can cause a battery to drain. I think it's important to be educated, heavily educated on your surroundings, geology, and your equipment. I think that is very important. That goes a long way. If we can get rid of, some of the silliness, we can get the truth. And again, the guys from New Reality touched on this too. When you get down to it, we have no idea what we're communicating with. we don't really know how we're able to communicate, and we need to figure it out. And I think that should be a big goal. Let's move away the fairy tale bullshit and get to just figure it out.
What's your favorite piece of equipment to use?
That's easy. My digital recorder and my camera. Yeah.
Aren't EVPs the best thing ever?
Yeah. Well,
They're great.
I'm not big on using like RIM pods and all that stuff. And if people want to use that kind of stuff, have at it. I'm not going to tell you not to use that stuff, but it doesn't tell us anything. A RIM pod goes off. Why? It doesn't tell us why. It doesn't tell us it was a ghost. It doesn't tell us, if it was something electronic. It doesn't tell us anything. We got to come up with a way to really, how do I want to explain this? That's the way I can explain this. We got to figure out a way where we can tell what is going on, and we're not going to be able to tell if it's a ghost. But if we can get a better idea of it being something electrical or whatever, that could go a long way. The EDI Plus, though, that is a great tool to use because it does log data. And I think everybody should have one. I want one, but I don't like the price tag on it.
It's like outside of trapping something Ghostbusters style. I don't like.
The other thing too, evidence. Video, audio, stuff like that. It's not really evidence, right? Is it going to hold up in court? Like a chair moves and you take it in front of a judge. Is that going to hold up? They're going to be like, well, anything could have happened. String, vibration, something. It's not really evidence. We need data is what we need. And then we got to find a way to back that stuff up. It's really, I think, important and a step in the right direction.
Yeah, so less a question, more of just to second what you're saying here is I really would like to mend the relationship between investigators and I hate the word debunker. Right. Because a debunker is kind of a loaded term, I feel, where people hear debunker, they think enemy, right? Right. So like myself studying physical sciences, taking physics and mathematics and stuff like that, I love, taking a piece of data, as you said, and analyzing it away. And this is how you do real science. If we ever want to figure out if there's something real going on, it's just like you said, you need to pretty much separate all the other possibilities out of the equation and see what you're left with.
Right.
So I appreciate that sentiment there.
Right.
And so like I really think that we could, with a little effort, stop being enemies with debunkers and stuff like that, and actually being assets to each other and a unified vision to actually investigate together.
Right.
Debunkers are enemies because when they get caught, they.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's true.
You know what? And debunkers are great. They're not out like trying to like destroy the entire field or anything like that. They're just pointing things out. But I mean, when you do this, I mean, really, like, I don't want to sound condescending or like an asshole or anything like that. Learn your stuff. Learn your equipment. Learn the environment.
Learn your sciences, like you said.
Yes.
Learn geology. Learn, physics and
right.
whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, and
or lean on somebody that knows it.
like with somebody like you, you'd be perfect to be a paranormal investigator. To be quite honest, I'm sure you'd probably get a bunch of crap for it, but I mean, it's important. It really is because I mean, I really don't know everything. I'm kind of stupid, but there are so many things out there that can cause equipment to malfunction, or we think we hear something. There's a lot.
There's a lot of unquestioned things. Yeah, it's like, so we'll wrap up now because we got to bring our next one on. But thank you very much, Joe. Let us give you a second to plug anything that you want to plug. I know you don't want to tip your hand on some stuff right now, but go ahead and plug what you would like.
Well, first off, be on the lookout for the Harrisville Haunting on video on demand and other streaming services. And my channel is Entity 7 Paranormal.
And you do interviews on there.
Yeah, I get crazy. It gets weird. Yeah, I'm sorry. My chat, Pro's fault. It's a little.
He was in there
Cam.
somewhere, and he'll see this later. I'm
I
sure.
love
We love you, Crow. All right. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.